Hey Athey kids and parents! This weekend in Athey Kids, we are reading from 1 Kings chapter 11. After years of incredible success, Solomon turned his heart from God. Instead of clinging to God with all his heart, he clung to his wives. He loved his wives more than he loved God, so he followed them into idolatry. The Lord had told the Israelites, "You must not marry people of other nations. If you do, they will cause you to follow their gods." But Solomon fell in love with women who were not from Israel. He had 700 wives from royal families. His wives caused him to turn away from God. As Solomon grew old, his wives caused him to follow other gods. He did not follow the Lord completely as his father David had done. The Lord had appeared to Solomon twice, but Solomon turned away from following the Lord, the God of Israel. So the Lord was angry with him. The Lord had commanded Solomon not to follow other gods, but Solomon did not obey the Lord's command. So the Lord said to Solomon, "You have chosen to break your agreement with me. You have not obeyed my commands. So I promise I will tear your kingdom away from you. I will give it to one of your officers. But I will not take it away while you are alive. This is because my love for your father, David. I will tear it away from your son when he becomes king, but I will not tear away all of the kingdom from him. I will leave him one tribe to rule. I will do this because of David, my servant, and I will do it because of Jerusalem, the city I have chosen." Now Hadad was a member of the family of the king of Edom, and the Lord caused Hadad to become Solomon's enemy. God also caused Rezin, the king of Damascus, to be an enemy to Solomon. Rezin ruled Aram, and he hated Israel, so he was an enemy of Israel all the time Solomon was alive. Jeroboam was one of Solomon's officers. He also turned against the king. One day, Jeroboam was leaving Jerusalem. Ahijah the prophet from Shiloh met him on the road. Ahijah was wearing a new coat. Ahijah took his new coat and tore it into 12 pieces. Then he said to Jeroboam, "Take 10 pieces of this coat for yourself. The Lord, the God of Israel, says, I will tear the kingdom away from Solomon, then I will give you 10 tribes. But I will allow the family of David to control one tribe. I will do this for my servant David and for Jerusalem. I will do this because Solomon has stopped following me. He worships false gods and has not obeyed me. He is not living the way his father David lived." God was angry and sent enemies to fight against Solomon. Even worse, God promised to tear the kingdom away from Solomon. But because of his faithfulness and love for David, God did not completely reject Solomon. David's line would become great once again. Our prayer is that you give your heart to Jesus today and follow him completely. We'll see you this weekend. Until then, have a good one.